Apparently, Samsung broke HGIG with the latest firmware update on these TVs. Why? Well, apparently they were trying to improve the TV and they broke it. And they are working on a fix. But now, what if I tell you that you might not have to wait for the fix because I have the solution for you? Now, if you are already using the settings that I share, maybe you updated the firmware and you're like, well, I don't know what people are talking about. I don't see any problem. And the reason is, with the settings that I share, we change the default factory gamma table of the TV. So whatever change Samsung does, they are not gonna change what we are using because nobody is supposed to be using that. So basically, with my settings, your TV might be Samsung bulletproof. And there's nothing they will ever do to change that because why? Unless they intentionally want to break your TV. Well, the thing is, I didn't test the latest firmware update because why would I? I mean, I already know it is broken, so I thought, why don't you try it and let me know? So if everyone tries my settings and tell me, hey, it fixed the issue. There's no HGIG problem now, it just works. Or if you were already using my settings and then you update it and you don't see any problem, well, then I know I am 100% safe to update the firmware. Now, why do I strongly believe that's what's going on here? Well, because with my settings, it doesn't matter if I change, and I'm gonna show you with the test pattern. It doesn't matter if I change to game HDR basic, advanced, or whatever, is HGIG clipping at the same target, no matter what. So, yeah. It doesn't change. So if I come here to, and it doesn't matter if I restart the TV, the PC, turn on and off, HDR on Windows, it doesn't matter. If I come here to game mode, settings, game picture expert, and I change this to advanced, basic, turn off, HDR 10 plus, whatever I do, it doesn't matter. The clipping point is the same. Tone mapping stays the same. Now, why is that? Well, because I access the service menu and change the gamma table of the TV, which affects both SDR and HDR. And the reason why I did that was to improve, to my eyes, the visibility near black. So basically, if I open a near black test pattern on HDR, now I can barely see everything, absolutely perfect. It's not too bright. And yeah, I'm not crushing blacks, and I think it looks perfect. That's why I did this. And this was a tip from someone who knew a lot. So basically, this TV calibrator told me about the existence of these settings, but he didn't tell me exactly which one to use. He said, just check it out with the test pattern, see whichever you like it more. So I'm gonna show you how to fix HGIG right now without having to wait for Samsung. So let's go. Now, again, I'm not 100% sure if this is gonna work. The reason why I believe it does work is because it doesn't matter if I change to basic, advanced, or whatever, the clipping point stays the same. And I had reason to believe this is gonna fix it because whatever they change on the default gamma table, they didn't change that on the one I'm using because nobody uses this. So they have no reason to ever update what we're using here. So I'm gonna show you. Now I'm a little bit under the weather because I went crazy. On the vacations I was swimming in cold waters, from waterfalls and the mountains and all this stuff. It was freezing water. I thought I was gonna die, it was that cold. So I got a little bit under the weather. So I'm gonna show you. Now, to access the service menu, you can use the color control app on the PC. I have shown how to use the color control app to access the service menu. It's very simple. Link in the description of the video. You download the color control app. You can use a laptop or a desktop PC. You connect the TV to the Wi-Fi and the PC, and then you can access the service menu. Otherwise, you can get a service menu remote. Now, a lot of people think there's some misinformation out there that with certain firmware updates, you can no longer access the service menu. That's not true. You can access the service menu still on any Samsung TV, and I don't believe they will ever, remove the ability to access the service menu. It doesn't make any sense because it is necessary for service. So that will never go away. And if they change the code or whatever, the color control app will get updated and you will still be able to access the service menu. So I don't think there's a problem at all. Now if you have the service remote, info factory to access the service menu, and here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna scroll down here. Let me see if I still remember. It's been a long time. So scroll down here to advanced 0098. Now if you are using the color control app, you don't need to do this. Just click next and the color control app knows the code and how to do this. Now if you do a failed attempt, like I did now, what you have to do is go up, then down again to advance. So it resets and then you try again. 0098. As if it works now. It didn't work. Let me step back. 0098. Yeah. Sometimes I don't know why. This remote is so bad. See, it's just the buttons of this crappy Chinese remote. A lot of people ask me, about the link for this remote. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend anyone, so I'm not gonna have a link. You can search a better one. This one is a Chinese copy. It's trash. Okay, so here's where the settings are. Go to WB Movie. Sorry. And you see here movie. This WB Movie will be off by default. You turn it on, and then you're gonna come here to the mode movie. Okay? Enter the mode movie, which is SDR. And then you're going to come here to where it says movie gamma. And you're gonna change that to really anything that is not M12, which is it seems to be the default factory gamma table of the TV, the one that they messed up. Again, I'm not sure about this. You let me know. Give it a try and let me know if this fixes the issue. I strongly believe it will. So change that to M9. Done. That's it. Now, this is kind of buggy. Sometimes you have to change it to M9. Go back to movie HDR. And then go back again to movie. Make sure it is still working, mess around with it, change it, and keep it at M9. Now, if you want more visibility near black because you are in a bright room, you can change this to M24, and it's super bright near black. You will always see the shadow detail no matter what. You still have perfect blacks, but that looks wild. But some people might like it. I tried it the first time and I'm like, wow, this is perfect. I can see the near black test pattern in a bright room. This is the best for the family. but I think it's just too much. With M9, it's just perfect. Now, this is not a linear increment thing, that the smaller one is less visibility, then M10 will be more, and then M11 more. It's not like that. It's not linear. So M9 and M10 are brighter than the default. Then M22, 23, and 24 are brighter than the default. But it changes. It's not only how bright it is, it's how aggressive it comes out of black and the entire gamma of the TV. This is gonna change everything. It's gonna change everything. So I highly recommend you, if you're gonna mess around with this, use test patterns in both SDR and HDR. This is gonna change SDR and HDR. So that's what I did. I checked near black test patterns, color clipping test patterns, white clipping test patterns. And I think M9 is just perfect. Now, if you check for accuracy, I don't know. It might be worse than the default one. But I don't believe so, because the default one I cannot see well in the darkness. I can see, but it's crushing a little bit. It just, this is better. Especially on my S90C. My S90C was definitely crushing blacks. Definitely. I'm talking about watching a movie with the family and being like, uh-oh, there's something wrong with the settings. And the family doesn't like, it's not gonna like you to start opening the settings menu because it's immersion breaking. They want to see the movie. So I'm like, okay, I have to fix this. So my S90C with this M9 is a game changer. It's like another TV. It's just perfect now. Absolutely perfect. So the only thing I have to fix on my S90C is the white balance. If I ever have the chance to have a TV calibrator coming over here with equipment, I would definitely like to calibrate the white balance on my S90C, because it is wrong. It doesn't look correct. I do like this S90D. For me is perfect. It might not be perfectly accurate, but it looks perfect to me. I have no complaints with it. But my S90C the white balance is not perfect. But if I can fix that, the white balance, now with this, I am like replacing it for this S90D because it's brighter and it has better uniformity. Because it's a first generation QD-OLED, it has better uniformity than this third generation nerfed panel that Samsung restricted. So it's not as good as the S95D. So restricted out of the factory, not with the firmware update. Okay, the firmware update has not reduced the brightness of the S90D. Okay, that's a lie. That's not true. That hasn't happened. So they restrict the brightness from the factory, just for product segmentation. That's it. So that's it. After you do that, just turn off the TV, or I think you don't even have to turn it off for this one. You can just click factory 2 times, boom. Or with the color control app, just exit the service menu, and that's it, bro. There's nothing that Samsung can ever do to mess up my TV. Because whatever they change with the gamma, it's just gonna be the default one, which is M12, and I'm not using that. So it's perfect. Now, if you don't want to access the service menu, you want to wait for the fix, and you are on the PC, well, open a white clipping test pattern or a color clipping test pattern, like this, for example, and then check what is your clipping point. Now on the camera is gonna be clipping big time. Let me change the settings. Check this out. This is HDR test, color clipping test pattern from 700 to 8500 nits. I'm gonna play this video, HDR video, and as you can see here, it's clipping at 1200, which is the target that I decided. Again, link in the description of the video to all the settings, so my full settings guide. I'm not gonna do that again because the video is gonna be big. So let me show you. If I change here to here under Game Picture Expert, if I do whatever here, basic, I change it to advanced, turn this off, whatever I do, it doesn't matter. It's still gonna be clipping at the same 1200 nits. And it doesn't matter if I turn off the TV, if I reset HDR on Windows, whatever I do, it's still the same. Let's play this again. I don't know why it's not flashing now. Oh, again, we got messed up with the game. Let me fix it. Yeah, here it is. Same 1200 nits. Let me show you again. Let me go back and forth. You see that there's no changes. Now, why is that? That's just the way this M9 behaves. Like basically you have no advance, which is not a good thing in case you want to have that. Because the way this is supposed to work is you have your Game HDR basic clipping at 1000 nits, and if you change it to advanced, it would be clipping at 4000 nits. And that is a good thing because let's say you want to watch a Jennifer Gala video that's 4000 nits on YouTube on your PC, you're gonna be clipping with basic because the TV is not receiving any metadata from the PC to change that or anything. So you have to change it to advanced to see all the detail, because it's not a game. You cannot change the peak brightness. It's a video. And with this M9, it just doesn't work. Like it doesn't matter if you change it to advanced, whatever you do is still gonna be clipping at 1200 nits, no matter what. Now the good thing is that Samsung broke the default one, and they cannot. It seems like they're not gonna break. They cannot break this one. But you let me know. Give it a try. Check it out, and let me know if it's safe for me to update to the latest broken firmware update. And I'll do that after I know for sure. Otherwise, for now, I'll keep it offline until they release the fix. As you can see, I'm gonna be changing here. This, back and forth. So you see, no matter what I do here, it just doesn't matter. And again, I'm gonna turn off and on the TV, so you see that. So the video got switched to the other screen I have here. I have another monitor there with a video. Change it. It's right here. Well, let me get this out of the way. I have to fix this thing again. Oh, again. Oh. Yeah, again, I don't know why this thing is glitchy. But yeah, trust me, man, it doesn't matter what I do. I can turn off the TV, turn it back on. It's the same. Nothing changes. But I have it offline, just so it doesn't update. But after I get more comments confirming my findings, then I will update the firmware. Okay, there you go, 1200. Let me change it again. And I'm on PC mode. Let me go again. It's on basic. I change it to advanced. This doesn't do anything, but just in case, so change it to advanced. It's kind of buggy, this thing. I think it's slow. I still see clipping at the same point. I'm gonna open it again. See the same thing. Also, if I open the HDR calibration app, it's the same thing. Clipping at, you know, at 1200 nits, the same thing. So there you go, man. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. If you have any questions, especially let me know if you tried this and it works. So basically, you updated the firmware, HGIG is now broken, you changed the gamma to M9, and now it is fixed. That's what I want to know. Or, if you have my settings, you update it and you don't see any issues. I want to know that, because if that's the case, then I'm safe to update. Okay. But yeah, you should get fixed. I don't know what Samsung was trying to do, or whatever, it didn't work. So hopefully they fix it and it becomes even better. But I don't like them changing the picture quality at all. Why would you do that? Doesn't make any sense. But if, you know, of course, if there's a problem that needs to be fixed, yeah. But yeah, the brightness has not been nerfed. Okay, it hasn't happened. I have very good friends with instruments on the channel. No brightness changes. Okay, I don't have a color emitter, but I have people, friends of the channel, that do. And yeah, no brightness change whatsoever. Also, I think Artins have confirmed that. So no issues on that part. They just broke HGIG because they were trying to, whatever, make it a change that didn't work. But yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions. This is Kingdom Come Deliverance. I haven't played this game. I reinstalled Windows. So now clean Windows install. I'm gonna be installing all the games that I had before. I have the save files. I didn't play this one. I'm using Reno DX. And I'm coughing today. I feel good. I feel good. I still did exercise today. No problem. So this is Reno DX. Just perfection. Absolute perfection on this game. Look at this. It's not that everything looks used up and super bright everywhere. No. This is proper HDR. Like right now it's just like 10 nits. Look at this, just 10 nits, and only the sky right here, this sky right here is like, it reaches 200 nits. But when you go and do this and look at the sun, boom, you get the target you want. In this case, 1200 nits. And when you look at the sparkles, for example, the fire, now look at all this fire right here, boom, all those sparkles, that's 1200 nits. It's the target that I set. If you set it to 4000, then it's 4000. Look, all that fire, look, perfect, absolutely perfect. So when you look at that fire, that is just beautiful. All the detail there, absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Look at that. All of that is 1200 nits. Just beautiful. And the color of the fire is just perfect. I mean, it's just perfection. The near black, absolutely perfect. I mean, it's just perfect HDR. No reference monitor necessary. Just fixing the code of the game. That's how they do it. This is not a reshape preset where they start going up and down to make the game look more colorful or something like that. They change the code of the game. They see the code that the developers work on, or didn't. I mean, this game doesn't even have HDR. And they just implement the HDR on the game, basically, with the proper formulas. That's why it works so beautifully. And I definitely want to learn how to do that. So we'll get into it. We're gonna go back to Reno DX, get into it, learn, and share. So let me know your thoughts and opinions, and if you have any questions. And again, I feel good, just under the weather. Went crazy with the vacations. I mean, before we go, let me tell you. I went to travel to Vegas with family and friends, and then we went from Vegas to California to see the sequoias and also the Bristol cone pine trees, and swim on the waters in the mountains. Of course, I rented a fast car. It was a lot of fun, but yeah, I think I did way too much. I mean, imagine a buffet every day. I was doing one meal a day, a buffet, you know. So yeah, it was crazy. We did everything. I mean, in Vegas, I also went to a show to see some titties. So we did everything, okay? It was a lot of fun, let me tell you. Best vacations ever. But when you overdo it, you're running the risk to get sick. I also went to the California beach. The weather was terrible because I didn't went to San Francisco's or Los Angeles. It was right in the middle. It was more closer. And it was cold. It was a cloudy day. And first time I swam on the Pacific Ocean, the water was so salty. In comparison with the Atlantic Ocean, it's not even close. It was so salty. Actually, it burned my skin. There was some sun, but it was behind the clouds. And I thought, oh, I don't need to use any protector or anything. I got burned. My skin got burned. I think, yeah, it got burned. Like, you know, my skin was peeling off. So yeah, but it was a lot of fun, and the audio was so fast, man. The audio was fast. It was an A5 S line, and I thought, man, this audio has to be like a V8. Oh, let me change the camera settings. Yeah, I forgot to change the camera settings. So I'm like, man, this is like a V8 or something, because I didn't search for the spec or anything. When I went to rent the car, they were like, oh, we have a Nissan something. I'm like, nah. Oh, we have a Chevy Cruze, we have this, and I'm like, bro, I'm looking for something with power, you know? This is a vacation. And as soon as they said, oh, we have an Audi, it was like $15 more a day. I mean, absolutely. Give me the Audi 2025 Audi A5 S line. It was a 4-cylinder only with turbo. So that thing was so fast, and it was hybrid too. So the range of the car was crazy. It was like over 500 miles of range. I'm like, this is crazy. It was a hybrid system. It was so fast, and it sounded like a V8. I had so much fun with that thing. The only thing I didn't do was to turn off the traction controls, because I didn't wanna risk it. And also, you know, family in the car, they get, you know, they get scared. But I don't drive fast or anything. But if I'm renting an Audi or a BMW or something like that, you know, test just for scientific purpose, okay? And yeah, that thing was a lot of fun, man. I really enjoyed it. So it was like an incredible vacation. I mean, the sequoia trees, I mean, that is like another planet. It's like going back in time. Those trees are 2,000-3,000 years old, and the Bristol cone pine trees are like 4,000 years old. Absolutely incredible to see those. And the only thing I didn't like was that they hide the best trees. They don't want to tell you. They said, oh, here's the Sherman, General Sherman tree. This is the biggest tree. It's not the biggest tree. I mean, you can see it. It's not even the heaviest, it's not the thickest, it's a big one. But when you walk through the forest, you're like, I think this one is bigger than the Sherman. They're lying about it. And Actually, I did some search, and the actual tallest tree in the world is prohibited. You cannot get close to it. If you get close to it, there's a $5,000 fine and up to 6 months in prison if you get close to the tallest tree in the world. They don't want to tell you where it is, but people know where it is. And then when I go to see the oldest tree in the world, they're like, it's at an undisclosed location. We cannot tell you. I'm like, I came very far to see it, and you're not gonna tell me what it is. He said, bro, it doesn't matter. You're gonna pass a lot of 4,000-year-old trees, and the actual oldest one it just looks like any other. So you're not missing anything. I'm like, okay. So let's leave it there. Let me know your thoughts and opinions, and if you have any questions.